Alright, so this is your Gnome Ranger. I'm just going to go over the features and traits really quick just to save some time at the table. Um, that being said, if there's questions at any time from now till then and even at the table, please feel free to ask. This is just to save a little bit of time getting some of the more of the minutia out of the way. So to start, you have what's called your favorite enemy ability, which you get a free casting of it, which means you don't need to spend a spell slot. Once you use all of these up, you can then use a spell slot to cast it. What it pretty much does is you target an enemy, you place them on a hunter's mark on them, and then you get extra damage, and then some other effects happen as we go through your levels. This is the crux of what the ranger is. It's about finding your target, your prey, and then taking them out. Let's see, your weapons are both Vex, and so whatever you hit with them first, so you could shoot someone with a crossbow, run up to them, then you have advantage on their attack. That's what Vex does. It gives you advantage on the next attack once it happens. Let's see. A lot of this stuff has already been factored in, all the math here. So you have some pretty good strengths here. With your perception, you'll probably be a good either scout or like trail leader of the party with that. Let's see, you went druidic warrior. So you got some cantrips, which are going to be over in your spells. Gloomstalker is your subclass. So you are of the shadows and deal deadly damage. So first start of your combat, 10 feet increase. Looks like you also have something else that increases your speed. So usually everyone's speed is 30, yours is 50, so you get an extra 20 feet of movement per round, which is great. Let's see, we have some more spells that you get. Your dark vision is 120 feet, where most people, if it's dark, they could only see into 60 feet. You could see a bit farther. Let's see, you have Fate Touched, which let's see, you get you some extra spells that you get extra attack, which means when you take the attack action, you could attack twice. So you could use you could do 2 crossbow shots or 2 sword attacks, or do a mix. Let's see, there's your extra 10 feet of speed from roving. Let's see, you get advantage on your wisdom saving throws. You have a iron mind. Let's see, more skill stuff. Tireless has a magic action. You could give yourself some temp HP, and you could use this 4 times for long rest. The thing about temporary HP is that it doesn't stack. So once you give yourself this temporary HP, you can't then give yourself again to get more, right? So once it runs out, or if you get like a little bit, you could roll it again and get the new amount, but you can't add it all together. Before I go any further, remember, just a reminder, each round you get 1 action, 1 bonus action and all your movement. And then, so that's what you get on each of your returns. Once a round, you get your reaction, which is something that happens. Someone else does something that can trigger an ability. You can then use your reaction on their turn to do something. So you get 1 of that a round. Let's see, your Dreadful Strike. What was that? Okay, so really quickly, back to Dread Ambusher. Once per turn, when you hit a creature with a weapon, you deal an extra 2d8 psychic damage. You could decide when you use this. You do get it 4 times. So if you really feel like you're gonna kill something off, or you just want to start the round with some burst damage, or when you crit, I would at least save 1 of these for like a good critical hit. So if you roll a nat 20, then you would double the amount of damage you do. So those are some things you can do with that. Let's see, this is added in. Your initiative plus 8, which is crazy. Initiative, if you remember, is the when I ask roll initiative, start the battle. That's how your turn order works, and so there's a good chance you're going first here. let's see, went through Tireless, Stalker's Fury. You can make another attack. So if there's two creatures together that are standing together, and you have your crossbow or even your sword, if you get them from behind, you can also hit the second creature if you want. And then every other creature within 10 feet has might be frightened, which is very debilitating. It reduces what they're able to do on their turn. So that's based off of your attack. So if you hit with an attack, you're able to do this if you'd like. Let's see, Speedy gets you your extra speed. So initially, for Relentless Hunter, Hunter's Mark is a concentration spell, which means if you get hit, there's a chance you lose concentration and you'll have to cast it again. For you, it can't be broke. So you cast it and it's set until the time on it runs out. So also, like, if you like put it on a creature, that creature dies, you can then as a bonus action move it to another creature. So it doesn't end once the creature dies. You could just move it around. You could go invisible, which is great for sneaking around and then getting advantage on creatures that can't see you. Once you attack, you'll come out of invisibility, but it's a great way to try to make sure you get a hit or sneak into somewhere you're not supposed to. So you get 4 of those per long rest. This is a reaction that I talked about before. So it looks like you could impose a disadvantage. So if someone's attacking you, you could be like, you get disadvantage, so they roll twice, take the lower, and then you could teleport to within 30 feet. So if you feel like you're getting ganged up on, once the first one makes an attack roll against you, you could use your reaction for the round to jet, and you could use that as many times as you would like. You can make little clockwork things. We could, if you wanted to talk about, you could think about sort of a mechanical thing that you want, whether it could be like a little pet, a little utility thing, or just a fun little trinket. So yeah, we could talk about that. Here's some things that are just things you get like once per long rest. So with this, it looks like you can pick Sleep, which you could use to try to make a creature fall asleep. You have Misty Step, which is a way to teleport. And Lucky is great. You get 5 of these charges per long rest. That is pretty much when you make any like D20 roll, you could choose to give yourself advantage on that roll. Or if something's attacking you, you could have them get disadvantage. So you have 5 of those to use. Over here, it's everything we just talked about, just organized differently. All the math is set here, so you just follow what these say. And then it goes through everything down here. You could also organize it where you have your actions, everything that takes an action, everything that takes a bonus action, and then your reaction that you have. You have your spells over here. If you want to look through the spells, you could just click on it and then see what it says. If manage spells, if there's some spells you're like, I'm not really feeling it, you could unprepare it, and then go through here and then pick another one. And you have your spell slots here, and so once these are used up, they're gone. And so make sure you're using using your resources wisely. There's also, you have your cantrips, which you could use as many times as you want, and there's no worry there. But as a ranger, you get up to 4th level spells, which is great. So you have some really strong abilities here. And then you have, you could upcast. So any of like the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd level spells, if you cast it at 4th level, it's much stronger. But if you use both 4th level spells, then it's gone. So you got to make sure you know what you want to use in the moment. Other than that, I think that's it. If there's any questions, let me know. And then we should have some good fun at the table. Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing, and thank you for watching.